Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The game is currently underway for ANZ Main 8Ballers FE versus HeatZone. So without further ado, I'm Digital Cast, of course, with me, Smash Shout. Let's just get right into the game, shall we? And there we go. So, Ben, been a while since we've done some CSA.
Has been a whole minute since we've done some CS action. And got a good one to go here to start off with, actually, which is nice. Already
Right.
see the pistol round's already actually gone out, so we did miss that, but that's fine. We'll catch up.
I think my source is currently showing a different RTMP source as opposed to YouTube, but we will figure all this out. So let's just go off of the YouTube feed for now, shall we? But so far, the second round, and that's already a pretty cheeky buy M4 from HeatZone.
Yeah, looking to farm up some cash as well, but they've been met by one, so an SMG taken away, but 2 frags mean the bank is going to look pretty decent. Loaf, making it count. A plant here would be a bit of a win for the terrorist side.
Ooh, it's stiff. Hang on, I'm pretty sure the stream right now is in a completely different feed. All right, hang on, Benjamin. Give me a second here, just so I can get the right damn feed up. Hopefully this works. Otherwise, that'll be extremely awkward.
You're
In
right,
worst case, I'll have to just screen share what I see right now.
Well, nothing much happened in the anti-eco. 3 go down on the side of HeatZone. The 8Ballers, they managed to take away a few SMGs, but not really much to write home about. The M4 was saved over, so economy on the side of HeatZone is going to be decent going into this one. And it looks like the ladies on 8Ballers will go for another Deagle round.
Okay, that's awkward. All this YouTube link is giving me a different feed. Okay, hang on, lads. I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Full screen YouTube. Let's do this as a screen share, shall we? Hey, look, it's been a while.
Bill. Buffalo Bill on the cameras, right? Some nice utility usage out in Banana. Flushes 8Ballers out. So he's going to be a wide swing. Does manage to take out Maddie. Has the player working in towards Carpet, and Ari will get taken out before they can even have a spray. Blind through smoke. Thank you for answering as the double tap comes through. So it's a 2v1 situation. Got a bit of time to work with as well. We'll get the plant, but post-plant positioning won't be there, so we'll be forced to wrap through. CTs from HeatZone playing it well. They're just playing it 2v1 situation, just back each other up. The spacing and the Deagle timing won't really give them enough opportunity for Aries to get back in the round.
Well, to take it very, very slow and easy right now. Aries is trying. Well, just can't get the shot off fast enough. Magnum, one to the head. Easy peasy. Defuse. So far, I gotta say, HeatZone after a pretty hot streak.
Yeah, losing a bit there, and we'll only take the one M4A1 over into the 4th round. So some economical damage done there. If Aries hits that hard shot, the first one, then maybe there's a chance to come back into the round. But that again, that first shot is the hardest one. The falling player, not exactly an angle you'd pre-fire either, jumping out from a graveyard. So now we're going to start to see some real investment coming through. The AWP for Hawks will go towards the A side at first, and we'll have to see if they get up in those apartments or try and peek through that mid area. Looks like it is going mid to start off with.
Like an eagle, staring down the line. Can't get anything though. But how about early molly from his teammate to buy him some time? The team's got pushed too far just yet, but how about aggression over towards Banana? Shots being traded. Damage exchanged. And the CTs do fall back. And 8Ballers just slowly but steadily working their way up over towards the B site. But however, look at Chicken Loaf. Managed to worm herself really deep into Boiler. While Aria tries to go from above.
Decent timing on Chicken Loaf to get through to that position, but the Hawks is lurking with that AWP. That might be a moment to watch. Hawks actually gets met by Loaf.
Ooh,
so
magic. What do you see?
Not a lot. Well, Aria doesn't manage to spot Magix, and Magix will ring her bell, and that will be equalizing. But you can see now the CTs are a little bit cautious on what they're going to do. They're poking out for a little bit of information. Could Chicken Loaf get caught on timing here? Oh, tell you what. That was milliseconds away from being a bit of a disaster for Chicken Loaf.
Oh, Forrest on the big beautiful bash, and Maddie and Loaf. Oh, Maddie picks up 2. 8Ballers, FB, fantastic start to round, and it's all down to Matty S. Very low HP. I don't really think there's a world in which he can clutch this. The AWP picks it up. Might be just looking to save at this point.
Yeah, definitely worth saving it. Poor Hawks was holding the line in mid, but didn't have the player or the pressure up in the apartments to really confidently hold without someone coming out from Boiler. So had to give up the line, and that's when Chicken Loaf really made the impact in the round. It was a big round for the Loaf, actually, picking up a 2-piece.
Oh, well, that flashbang, though, that came through over towards CT. Absolutely perfect timing. Beautiful. And, you know, the CT switch is left holding the bag. That's point 8Balls. Just trying to go for the hunt. I think they are aware of what's potentially happening, but Matty S, yeah. It's the wrong way. Artemis walks by him. And Maddie, yeah, smart play. Just be patient. Don't have to challenge. You don't want to risk it.
Certainly not. Not with that AWP in the hands. You can see now the eco. This is where those frags in the first 2 rounds really came down. Or the second and third. Magnum was thinking about the Mag 7, the Swag 7. Might be on the ground in front of him, actually. Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Let's have to see what the play there. There's been a lot of utility, of course, going out through that banana area early on in the round. We'll have to see if the timing is there. Maddie gets the boost and doesn't manage to nail the first or the second shot. Didn't have much of an opportunity, but there's a slither there.
Nice molly as well, and surely that they heard that little tag. But Farsh is there. He's the real deal. Magnum is just the bait. They have to check this corner though. They need a flash. Aries, careful. Walks right into the crosshairs. What is the shotgun's crosshairs? Gets clapped.
Gets clapped early out the round. Doesn't manage to recover the AK, and Artemis backs out. Going the distance is better to play at range. Maddie meets Loaf in the middle of the street.
I really like how right now HeatZone they're playing to get. Oh, that jump though.
The footstep.
Imperfect to punish. Misses the shot, and Artemis will get the punish indeed. But however, there's still one more CT on the B site, which could be on the siege right now. Aria lurked her way over towards A. So what's the call? Yes, there's tease. There's the throw the smokes, trying to sell the fake, and they've based it out of rotations. This is good. And if Aria can get this pick, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, okay, the initial shot kind of missed there, but it's okay. She sealed the deal onto Hawks, and somehow 8Balls. They found a way back into this round.
And the patience from Aria not to give up the positioning up mid and take advantage of the over rotation straight away comes through, and got a feel for Magnum playing in that B with the Swag 7 in that banana area. Heard that footsteps, caught between going forward and going back, knowing that the boost was coming. Swing comes through, and it is going to be 8Ballers converting the round out, and that's going to really put HeatZone on the back foot going into this one, because there's no rifle saved over, not a lot of damage done either. Another 3 players from Survive from 8Ballers.
And the
3-2 to
well.
start.
They salvaged the orb for 8Balls, handing over to Artemis.
All right.
That's big value.
Certainly is. Against the pistols, though, it can be quite deceptive, especially if there's any sort of utility coming out.
Whoa, hang on. HeatZone just running it down, shooting all the way, and that's a bit of a meat grinder. Oh my lord. And Hawks actually getting this TK. Lots of magic. Oh, that went about as good as you would have expected it. They got dunked on, they got destroyed.
They absolutely did, but you can see 2 or 3 players there surviving from 8Ballers on a slither of HP. So you're just that one HE grenade. What if you're gonna send it down mid? I'm surprised he didn't have the Hail Mary of nades ring out. But either way, they don't get much for it. Hawk actually, it's a little bit less. TK, yeah. So no AWP on the side of the CTs coming into the next. I'll have to see where Artemis does try and play over. It's going to be fast on banana. Oh, tries to get a bit of elevation. Up and...
I like to think if that nade didn't come through, then maybe Farsh would have swung the angle and Artemis would have been good for one there. But so far, really good control up and down from 8Ballers. Even scoreline by Link, in case you guys haven't noticed. And once again, Aria, look at this. The boiler swings, catches one jumping, but looks the wrong way. Didn't quite clear the angle to her left. And yes, starts the round off with 1.
Yeah, Maddie with a good crossfire there. Just prepared for the jump through. Swing comes by, and Maddie's actually tearing it up in the banana, but goes down to the fire and the flames. Artemis. Tight angles with that AWP, and Magnum with the pop flash could be on for a big one here.
He's holding for a long time. Oh, hell of a tool. Artemis was blind and she still got the shot. That flash just popped up too late, and Artemis in the air gets shot like a clay pigeon. Marius good for his second of the round. 8Ballers now down to 2v3, and the CT rotation's coming in really fast. Aries in rough spot. Can't quite plant just yet. Smoke goes down, but imperfect! Oh no, it's all down to Chicken Loaf. 1 on 3. Rough spot to be in. Crossfire's off sorts. Spike, the bomb is in the position. Great start. 1, yes. And she gets the second as well as the Hawks, but how about Maddie had the swing, had to get the third kill to really win the round. That came close though.
Yeah, sharp from the Loaf. Making it count, doing the damage again. Doing the damage to the CT side. Quite annoying for them, you'd say, because you see, again, not exactly the best utility going through, as well as the best weaponry. Expensive round. But yeah, Artemis holding the timing, playing the timing of the flash to pop through in the peak, so bit of experience shown there from Artemis, one of the veteran players.
Hawks does not care. He's burning alive and he still gets the kill. Hey, look, you'll take that trade any day.
Oh, straight through the fire.
8Ballers just gunning it down. They don't have a single kill in the world right now. The CT's rotating like madmen, but there's only 2 defenders left on the A side. A flash will do so much damage here. Massias Dodge gets the first. That's the bomb down, and backup has arrived. 8Ballers between the hard place now. Swings through blindly. Maddie gets executed by Hawks. And now 8Ballers another rough spot. The wall comes down, and Magic just ends that drop so quickly. Artemis, you said she was experienced, but even this, I think, is a bit beyond her.
Yeah, the CTs do clean up. They'll manage to take a few more rifles into the next as well, so dividing the goods, the loot. And that was just unfortunate timing, unfortunate spacing from the 8Ballers coming through. As we see where the first peak comes through the smoke with the bomb, the apartment player isn't ready to come swing out as well to trade out. And then again, getting picked off on the rotation. The AWP caught in that kitchen area, manages to hit the quick flick. So nothing really going the way of 8Ballers that round. But it was just the mistime push from apartments, not being able to cover and get that trade.
Oh yeah.
Hawks now posting up back in mid. It hasn't really been successful in mid. Got the one pick on banana, but in mid it's been a bit quiet.
Whoa, Maddie! That blind MP9 spread puts her down to 8. At this point, might be thinking about tossing the AK over to Aries. He's on the weaker cousin, the Galil right now. Not quite as good. But 8Ballers, last round they tried to go really hard and fast. Didn't really work out. The timing fell apart. But this round is back to their roots, playing default, sneaking deep into apartments and whatnot. But HeatZone just not budging at all. They just push and pull. It's that dynamic of these rounds.
They've got a lot of space up in that banana area though, so 8Ballers might just poke and prod and see what they can get on A. Aria, unfortunately, going down as well, so it's not going to signal any aggression coming through. So Maddie's trying to get up into those apartments. She is very low. Aries does trade out Loaf, but still the numbers heavily advantage, and the double flash comes through and Hawk takes full advantage, sees the second player as well, so they know it's going to be an A play. And Magic from the pit is shutting down.
Artemis, beautiful, but in a really rough spot again. Was that a flash initially? No, it wasn't. Oh well, just walked right into the open. The Hawks gets the shutdown. The AWP coming in crutch once again. HeatZone though, doubling the score of 8Ballers right now. This is a pretty good start.
Pretty decent start. It's going to force 8Ballers onto that eco, so some pistols, some upgraded pistols to come through, so a few flashes onto Aries and Aria. So you expect some pace to come through now this time. Hopefully, for their sake, they don't get met by a flurry of utility on that banana, but it looks like A is going to be the way they play, as they try and send it up second mid. And this operator is on for one, and will get falling back fast enough. The fire in the flames does tag after the terrorists, and it's enough to cause the hesitation, and Maddie and Aries are caught out.
Meat Rider, these Glocks can't do nothing right now. Although, Maddie, nice 2-shot. Won't take down one, but look, it's just always down to these individual players of 8Ballers versus multitudes of HeatZone in unfavorable positions. Round and round again. Maybe take this time to, talk to your team, pull a rat, get a more coordinated, fast takedown. Is these rounds, you know, the longer they go on, 8Ballers, they find themselves in these precarious positions.
Certainly do. Hawks with a massive advantage there as Matty has too many angles to clear. It's another clean one from the side of HeatZone. Really going to start building up their bank.
Mm-hmm.
8Ballers will answer back though.
That's a lot of cheddar on that man.
Whoa.
Orbs for days at this point.
Yeah, 10 Gs on the Hawks.
But then again, Artemis back on the orb. I mean, how much use
a bit dry.
on the girl there? It's bold.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the utility. There's no HE grenades on the side of 8Ballers. Artemis has got absolutely no utility, so it really is going to come down to if they can find the shots and find the timing. And sees the incendiary coming out on the top of the head. Whoa! Artemis gives him a haircut.
Yeah, and she receives an absolute bundle of shrapnel into her liver. Down to 27. Oh, this is rough. Hot shot again. Gets nothing out of it. And look at this. HeatZone, they know what's around there over towards the banana. They just get the hell out of dodge.
Yeah, and this time it's not Hawks on the AWP. It is going to be Magic playing up on that balcony area coming out of their apps. Bit of an odd angled play.
Yeah, but at the same time, you would think they're starting to just read into 8Ballers' habits. A lot of these times, they really manage to work themselves deep into
Maddie.
Well,
Oh,
what
Maddie.
a beautiful dodge, Maddie. Full one. Gets the second as well. They didn't even know he was there. No one checked the angle. Why would you even assume someone would be in that little corner?
Got the Rolex timing there. Doesn't get caught by any grenades, and yet again Magnum shutting it down inside has the crossfire as well, so impossible situation for Aries to clean out, and that's a 5 clean round for the side of HeatZone. This was the pick of 8Ballers, and at 3-3 it was looking promising, but since then HeatZone have been able to shut them down.
It's very interesting because initially when the game first started, 8Ballers, I really was talking them up about their teamwork and everything with these flashes, but now we're just starting to see them play a little bit more individually, going for these swings and challenges and just walking to crossfires set up by HeatZone. And plus on HeatZone, I wouldn't say guessing their heads a little, but you saw with Maddie there playing these sneaky little angles, almost anti-flash, and then he just patience, just waits. And now very similar eco round as we saw a few rounds ago. Deja vu, Ben, and honestly, it may just end the same.
Yeah, Hawks holding angle was good for the first. Gets the bell rung as Maddie does manage to trade back onto Maddie S, who's the power player so far. Hawk misses the swing shot. And now Maddie's left in a really sticky situation. But the bomb goes down and Artemis really just looking for any damage that they can get here and deep into the site. But CTs know that this is an option. Won't find the first duel.
Yeah, that swing's rough. Not much you really could do there. I mean, they made the best out of what they had. The ecos, they got one kill there, tried to go for more. A rifle at least out of the hands of the CTs, but look, Ben, it's not gonna make that much of a difference because like we said, look at Hawks stacking up the Gs. Still was rich for days, and honestly, probably for the rest of this half, he'll be pretty stacked.
Yeah, he's looking quite stacked. No reason not to spend some of that dosh and help Matty out. Matty has been that power player on that A site, being able to swing and rotate, pick off up to 14 frags for the half now. Artemis taking an aggressive angle, wears one to the shoulder though. Doesn't quite go down.
I'm almost surprised that she survived. That's some extra heavy padding over towards the shoulder, to say the least. 8Ballers, just really focusing the efforts over towards A. A bit of a split take here. Bomb working his way over towards the right side. And early pick by Artemis, he just had a shot and hit not clear. One by one. A flawless round coming out of HeatZone. They just clean up 8Ballers.
Yeah, it was a big shutdown. Matty playing that counter flash angle inside that pit, ready for the drop down to come through, but wasn't even really needed as the aggression was just met. The contact play didn't go their way at all. Not able to find any advantages out of the surprise attack, really. Yeah, Artemis did have those 70s shoulder pads on. I saw my mum in some family photos rocking those. So it came into good effect, but that's about all they were good for, really. They didn't look too crash hot as back onto an eco 8Ballers go.
Yeah, look, just not being able to use the momentum of HeatZone. Well, that's a nice change for Loaf. And really, it's Maddie getting a little bit too ahead of himself, trying to go for a little bit early peak there down mid. But, oh dear, Hawks just punishing Maddie, going in by herself again. Alt, HeatZone knows exactly what's happening now over towards the A sites. Apartment's always dirty. Magic in the off angle that we spoke of a few rounds ago has backup in the form of Hawks. Frosh around the corner as well. Right angle. Frosh with the first. Tries to get the second. Artemis trades back, but Hawks will get retribution for his teammates. Artemis and Arya. The two ladies down their last legs. No, Ben.
Have they managed to find a 2v2 situation here? And the read from Artemis is pretty decent. Because they're going to be able to isolate the one player sitting on B, and that is going to be Magnum. Now, clearing out this coffin angle is going to come down to a bit of timing into the bricks, and Artemis in the duel. So all of a sudden they have B side all to themselves, and a bit of time to play with to get into that post plant positioning. Just don't panic. Hawks on the rotate with the AWP as well. It's going to be pretty difficult to clear them out. 4 flashes in fact for the CTs and a smoke, so good utility. But Artemis does have that incendiary, so smoke gets wasted by Hawks. It could be pretty decent incendiary.
No, hang on. I thought Artemis was playing over towards Grill. I was a bit mistaken initially, but both over towards construction, trying to look for something. Smoke out. Hawks clearing the side with his AWP. And he can't get anything done. Arya sprays down to both. And 8Ballers, okay, off of an eco, they managed to scrape together a round. And it was great individual plays once again. Just getting into isolation duels, and you actually called it early round. They brought it to a 2v2. It was a 2v3 at the time, and at the time I was like, Ben, what the hell's wrong with you, man? But it came true.
Yeah, no, they managed to find the 2v2 on the A side, but just using the powers of deduction, decided that B might be the better place to end up. And yeah, they managed to find the exact right timing to get through onto that B side, take it for their own. And then that 2v2 retake is an incredibly hard task.
Yeah.
Saw the smoke go out on the bomb to try and stop any sort of diffusing shenanigans. Incendiary shenanigans, as Artemis gets the toenails clipped this time. So haircuts, toenails, clippings, shoulder shots. Artemis has been very lucky so far, but Arya not so much the case. And Matty is trying for smoke play again, knowing that the nades will be out in the hands. Plays the timing.
He still gets 2. He gets 3 even, Matty! What an absolute devil! How did he manage to get away with this? It's just these individual timings and whatnot, just doing his own little things. And when 8Ballers expected the least, he pushes and he punishes. And look, it's a halftime break, I'm guessing, at this point. So let's just cut back to us and have a quick chat about it. In fact, I don't know how long the halftime break is for. Oh, it's 1 minute. Perfect.
1 minute, yeah.
Man, gotta say, man, initially, like we said, the start of the game, it was good. But however, towards the end of the first half, my God, well, for most of the first half, it was just falling apart for 8Ballers. Individual plays, they were getting punished. HeatZone, just once they started getting comfortable and had a lot of bank built up, they started to go for these little micro plays, ballsy endeavors, and it just pays off.
Yeah, at the start of the game, going up to 3-3, it was Maddie and Chicken Loaf being sharp, winning some of these opening duels, really getting the pivotal positions as well. And their timing looked pretty clean on the side of 8Ballers to start off with, and that might have rattled HeatZone a little bit. And then all of a sudden it was Matty coming into his own, really finding the timings through the smokes and things like that. The space that Matty could find was quite incredible, and that was really the difference maker in some of those swing rounds. And then of course it really affected 8Ballers and put them on their eco. They did manage to pinch that 1 round back, but 11-4 half. You'd be very happy if you're on the side of HeatZone right now. Expect some big plays out of the side of the 8Ballers ladies to try and come back into this one. Someone's going to need to step up and be the hero.
Yeah. I was going to say on the side of 8Ballers, I don't know, as much as I hate to say, you might be starting to think about, map 2 now at this point. Because 11-4, it's a pretty big difference. But look at this. HeatZone, they just run onto B side for free, left uncontested. It's going to be a 5-5 retake at this point.
Certainly is, and there's a few grenades to play with on the side of 8Ballers, but Arya does get taken out by the double bangers. And all of a sudden, a 4v5 situation. 2 flashes to work with on Ares. If Ares goes down, you can kiss your round goodbye.
Hey, would you just go for the swing? Good boost up. Nice. Artemis starts it off on Magnum, punishes right back. Hawks as well. And the tease. HeatZone is starting to really collapse upon 8Ballers. And just like that, hungry rabid dogs, they smell meat and they go in for the kill.
Yeah, the flurry of blocks coming through the smokes as well. So as soon as that first pick goes through, the boost is pretty obvious after that. Can't get up there without standing on someone's head. So yeah, the swing happens and all of a sudden it just falls all apart. Very unfortunate situation to be in now for 8Ballers, as they'll go up against some Galils, Mac 10s and an AK-47 on Magic. and all they have is some 5.7s and some Deegs coming out as well. Big nade down mid. Lands about 65 damage worth onto Magnum, or 55 damage worth onto Magnum, if my maths is correct.
That's golden. That's absolutely golden. You would be happy with that any day of the week.
Yeah, value for money, that.
Look, they may be on eco, you know, they may have digs, but look, there's nothing you can do if he gets just shot with a dig to the head. It's an eco, it's for sure, but sometimes it just happens. Well, HeatZone, I'm trying to piece together the puzzle right now. Oh, that second name, absolute beauty. 2 players now in HeatZone, low HP, and 8Ballers slowly chiseling away at the team, putting themselves into perhaps a good position. But however, set play, flash, Maddie about to burst out of the smoke, flash, push, and Maddie with a max 10, and he gets punished. There you go, Loaf, 1D to the head. What can you do when that happens? Absolutely nothing. And the T's, they run away, run up a banana, to which at this point the 8Ballers, the 2 ladies on that side, can probably hear what's happening.
Yep, Elephant stomping in his magic. The alone AK does come through with the flash. He's going to buy a lot of time here. Aries with the 5.7 tucked up in the corner has the range, but Magnum with the gorilla comes crashing around the corner. Aria stays quiet in the smoke, playing towards that coffins area. Magnum watching the smoke like a hawk. Doesn't manage to find the timing, but plant not getting it lined up and taken. Shots just not ringing out. Does manage to find so we go 4v3 situation. Still banana pressure, but 2 players hiding in emo, tucked up together with a slither of HP between them. They're just taking duels one by one. Chicken Loaf with it all to do.
I'm not saying it's undoable. Okay, never mind. It is undoable, especially when you're dead. 8Ballers, they really had a moment of brilliance in that round, and I feel that it was a 4v3 situation at one point, right? And like you said, they're just taking the duels individually. I really think if they just collapsed with these pistols and Mag 10 and whatnot, they could have honestly just flushed those 2 rats out inside Dark and then focus on the lone player over towards Banana. Because realistically, those players of HeatZone, they were tagged, they were low, and they had nowhere to go. They had to rely on the aim, and that they did.
Yeah, it is always good to be apes together strong on those pistols, and we saw that on the first half when they were forced onto the pistols on the terrorist side. They were keen on being the apes together strong, just sending it up. It didn't really work out, but it was the right idea. Now Maddie with the Zeus trying to get that value for money. It's always hard to do those retakes without smokes. The smoke off Banana player would have been absolutely pivotal in that round to isolate the 2 players in Dark, as Ares is high as a kite right now. Able to clean up with the USP. The second boosted player gets picked off as well.
Bold attempt. Didn't quite pay off, but it's an eco round. Damage, name of the game. Trying to get done. Matty. Oh, clean. Matty for 2. Matty gets the 3rd, just like that.
Yeah, up to 24.
Oh dear.
I'd be interested to see how many of those 24 frags are ecos, because I know Matty was in position pretty early on that CT side to clean up a few of those ecos in that mid. Well, we're looking at 14-4, 8Ballers. Not being able to find anything on that CT side, but this is their best opportunity they've had so far. They'll get the full buy coming through. 1 kit, 2 head armors, and a full repertoire of utility. Oh, the footsteps have been heard really quick here, and Ari's now just jumping out on the util, trying to buy some time. Oh, back to that rebox area. Hasn't actually managed to spot many players just yet, though. Oh.
Eats that. Nae's being traded left, right, and center. Magic starts it off nicely. Aria swings, good for 1. The bomber's down, and the burn! Aria will go down in the fire, and Aries now heard some strike. Beautiful, sprays down, gets 2, and it's all down to Magic. 1v3. Let's see what he can pull out of his hat right now. Very little doubt, but Aries has no idea. Thinks that Magic is over towards construction. And there you go, Magic strikes. 1v2. He's isolated in the duels to an extent, and still is basically full kitted util. Smoke down, bomb has been picked up. The last 2 players of 8Ballers just playing this so slowly, hugging each other. They want to guarantee the trade. They don't want Magic to make anything happen. 1 minute to play with, and 8Ballers, they are aware of it. They aren't pushing just yet. Magic swings, Magic with the kill, and looks away! Loaf with the trade, but god damn it, Ben. That was an expensive round for 8Ballers.
It certainly was an expensive round. They do manage to save that only the 1 AK over. So you'll start to see some light armor, I think, around here as well. It was very dicey to get down to that 2v1 situation, and I thought for a moment there, the timing on the trade with the player pushing up a little bit aggressively wasn't going to be there, but it was. As Magic tried to weasel his way out of that situation. Let's have a look. second mid aggression for the first time we see it on the T side from HeatZone. They'll clear out the start of the apartments area, but Chicken Loaf will be there, and finding the timing on the smoke, Magic gets taken down. So here we go. Advantage, 8Ballers.
Yeah, I think they did. Artemis, oh, that's a little bit. A few shells into her chest. That's okay. She survives. How do you even say that name?
I want to say it's a play on Farlap, famous racehorse.
Heart the size of a... Never mind. It doesn't matter. Aries, what did she even see? A toe? A thigh? Regardless, though, it takes down Thrash.
You smoke kills coming through now. So Rubber the Green going the way of 8Ballers. But the smoke execute will come out, and it's going to be a 2v3 to take the side. Of course, all these positions now getting mollied off, smoke down.
Mollies.
Girls from 8Ballers going to be on the run, trying to find these new positions. The boost up in the box is going to be 2v1. Aria able to trade out, so it is going to be a 2v3 situation. The pace isn't quite there to stop the plan either.
No. Now only pray that 8Ballers, they work together as a team. Maddie, if she just jumps ahead of herself just a little bit here, might be putting her team in a really rough spot. But they have HeatZone and they have the numbers advantage. Just work it slowly. One flash though, only on Maddie. Take it easy. Crossfire setup, Magnum and Maddie just holding each other's hands. Maddie may be the first to swing at this point around the corner. She's clearing dark. The bomb's taken away. Maddie still gets the kills all down to Matty. Yeah, excellent headshot onto Loaf. 1v1. Artemis, the pressure is against her. And Matty, what an absolute hero. Gets match point for HeatZone. Oh my lord, this guy's on fire.
Yeah, that's all you can say to that. Sharp playing around that back of sight new box area. Just trying to isolate those 1v1 duels. Does manage to get it done. Artemis goes and plays to try and clear that banana area, but both the players stuck on site and really got to feel just the wrong read at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we're on match point, or map point, I should say. There's still a bit left in it. 8Ballers now working towards some banana aggression, trying to catch someone off guard. The pop flash comes through. Aria with the SMG pushing real quick up, and now the footsteps will be heard. The jump into the cutout. Won't be dead though. Aria manages to get an AK for free.
Yeah, she does. And it's a potential MP9 should one of her teammates need it. But regardless of HeatZone, numbers down by 1 for sure, but they still have these superior guns, make no mistake. They just bide the time out, wait the util out before they sneak together and execute. Flashes out over towards 8, looking to clear these angles. Once again, playing together as a unit, but they can so much pistols. Maddie, bullets down range, baits out a few shots in return. Magnum starts off nice, Loaf is gone. Artemis run her best, good for 1. 3 swings, trying to get second, more value. Maddie chunking away Hawks, and it's just kind of not paying off. Artemis goes down, Aries strikes back, and now with the swing, wide from Maddie. Does not go in her favor. Great dink from Aries, but 1 by 1, 8Ballers are going down. But now Aria, this is a very double clutch, 1v2. Just has to avoid getting headshot.
Has the incendiary as well, and one tick take out Hawks. Magic will, if caught central, will go down as well. And if Aria can find the lineup to get it deep into pit, oh, here we go.
That's it,
Feeling hot. Magic gets out just in time, but footsteps have been heard.
Just to fight 2, this is a tough spot to be in. Aria running short. Why? Look at the wrong way. She doesn't know that second one's on pit. Why would she even assume that? And Magic just bides the time. Instant shot onto Aria, and they seal the deal.
Absolute gunplay there. They have to go for it if you're the retake T there. You have to, or CT, sorry, you have to go for it and pre-fire the next angle. Assuming that they'd play off-angle crossfire, no, they'd stubble up in the pit, and 2v1 in the pit means that it's an easy clutch or easy ending to that map. Inferno, a pick of 8Ballers going the way of HeatZone. It was a decent attempt, you'd say. The first half, look, there was some promising moments in there, but as soon as that eco got crushed, it was just no way back.
Yeah, no. And plus, I'll say it once again, initially it seemed like this team play was really on board, you know? They were swinging these angles together, having flashes, comms were clear, but however, when they started to playing these individual rushes and then starting to get playing defaults, got picked off individually, and then one person felt like they had to go for a hero play, they get destroyed. HeatZone always in position, just biding their time, playing these crossfire angles, and then they was running away with the game, and at that point, you know, I think the deficit was just far too big to really come back into. So it's gonna have to be map 2, which will be Mirage, and that's that's HeatZone's pick with 8Ballers starting on CT, and that game will be starting in about 14 minutes. So guys, we'll take a short breather. I'll see if I can get some tech issues fixed up, but we will see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, boom shakalaka, welcome back. Short breather, and now map 2 is going to be Mirage for the ANZ Main Swiss Bracket Round 2. Granted, these two teams, 8Ballers FE and HeatZone, they haven't won a single game yet. They're down 0-1, but now tonight things will change. One team is going to have to go higher up, and one team is going to have to go into a lower bracket. We'll just see how that goes. So, we could potentially be looking at a 2-0, I won't lie, but Mirage may be a different story entirely. Map 1, 8Ballers is a map pick on Inferno, and Smash, I don't know about you, man, but it did not go well.
Well, I mean, look at the scoreline, didn't go too well, but there was some bright sparks there. Maddie was quite sharp as well as Loaf. They were holding their own on the server for quite a while there, as well as a few rounds. So it was 3-3 at the start. Well, after 6 it was 3-3, so you got to say that's a decent start, different platform, but from there it was really the Matty-S show. I don't know, that bloke could find space in a bed with Whoopi Goldberg, or single bed with Whoopi Goldberg. It was just incredible, pushing through smokes, really taking it back, turning back the clock to the Stewie 2K smoke criminal days. Was doing it raw off no flash too, which was probably the pivotal bit, because the flash can sometimes be a bit of a tell. If someone's playing counter flash, then all of a sudden it doesn't work out as well. So finding the timings, pushing it raw, and really getting the good results there from Matty.
Well, yep, indeed, he was really the game changer for, HeatZone in that map 1, and the scoreboard, it kind of tells the story as well, because the round difference is one thing, and Matty just really leading the charge. I think he ended the game with somewhere in the mid-high 20s, if memory serves me right. But look, let's talk about map 2, Mirage. A good old classic map. Apparently, there's some meme going around recently that not a lot of teams want to play Mirage. I don't know what the issue is. Personally, I think it's a perfectly fine map, but these teams, they have a different thought.
It's been in the map pool forever and a day. It tends to lead to very, very long games as well. Some 60-round games played on Mirage over the last like 2 years. So it can get a bit tiresome, a bit cumbersome. But it's been explored and flushed out really to its fullest extent. So I think that's why the players are a little bit fed up with it. Some good skin coming up here as Farlap tears on through Matty. Takes the first gun under, takes the second as well. Well, gets the tag in, but Farlap really takes him out. Matty showing some aggression too, takes 2 heads, takes the third. No, not quite, but terrorists are pushed all the way out into the CT spawn, so they've really flipped the switch. Or will this get checked, or is Loaf on an angle? Not quite.
Well, you kind of hyped her up earlier in the pre-game, but all time magic! How does he go and punch that point? Oh my goodness, Aria. Oh, I mean, sorry, Aries. Perfectly drop though, Matty. Good for 1. And Aries is there to trade out. They can just wait. Patience, magic, execution.
Perfect start. Ideal round start. Matty showing the same pace that the fellas from HeatZone did. The fellas from HeatZone, they really pushed the trigger of Matty-S with the entry frag underneath heaven. Oh, under balcony, really getting the way underway. But again, Matty turning it up in the early rounds of the halves. Picks up an M4A1S as well, so would be in perfect position to spray down and receive if they do come through that palace again.
Matty, good flash for her teammate. Set up to get some mid control, but however, HeatZone just really waterfalling it over towards the A side. Ari's on the rough side. She still gets 2 though. That's money in the bank. Hawks, 1 back. Bomb, plants it, and that's just the economy. They won their goal in this round.
Criminal.
Well, he's trying his best. I don't really think he's going to go too far. They know what Matty-S is known for, and just through this smoke blindly, they will dunk him down. Okay, now that's 2 rounds back to back, really quick, and I'm pretty sure a few of those girls there with the MP9s, they got a little bit of a, early bank build-up.
Bit of cash spread around. M4A1S is saved out as well, and a few nades as well saved from the players that were rotating in. Didn't need to use them, so pretty decent kit going into round number 3. Of course, the full save means the HeatZone are buying up early doors. Round 3. Didn't try for any Deagle shenanigans in the eco round. They accepted that it was probably going to be a loss, so now they get their opportunity to play with the rifles earlier on.
Oh yeah, and then in nowadays, well, back in my day, CSGO, you couldn't drop grenades. It's a bit different now. I do like to think it obviously opens up a lot more strategies. Maddie, once again, this mid-terrorist going up by herself. Got some melee damage on, and Intel falls right back. Arspis there to help her out. Frosh gets destroyed. HeatZone only down to player. And there's a bit of a bonus round coming out from 8Ballers. Paying off. Maddie, massive kill into Hawks. Heavy woman advantage now. This has to be their round. City.
Certainly is. That's the mid shutdown, really. And you can see that they're trying to claw back that mid aggression on the side of HeatZone on the map. And just having that one player lurk towards A main. Slowing the round down completely. We'll now start to execute some smokes. And window smoke doesn't look like it quite landed.
Well,
if you're the side of 8Ballers, you're happy as Larry right now.
Oh, yeah? And honestly, at this point, I think sending Chicken Loaf and Aries just out to get intel, do some damage, it won't be the worst idea either. Loaf just holding point blank as well. Damage is honestly... Well, a kill is good, but if you can't do damage, that's just still the cherry on top. It's good intel for a team. And that's exactly where HeatZone's going. There's the flash. Chicken Loaf, great dodge. No, clear it, Chicken Loaf! Come on! Shoot! 1, 2, you pick up 2! And now it's all down to Magic in an almost unwinnable situation. Sure, you got 1 kill, and Aria is there trying to get some damage done. The dink, Magic on 32, and Loaf with the wide swing. MP9's coming in and clutch this round. 8Ballers, oh my goodness, highway robbery.
Absolute highway robbery. Got away with murder there, Chicken Loaf. Murder on multiple accounts, in fact, so lock her up. But you can see Maddie and Chicken Loaf again starting off the map incredibly strong, up to a 3-0 lead and forcing back onto the eco for HeatZone. So already a fantastic start from 8Ballers, and see how far they can carry it on and really push the screws in. See how far they can get. Maddie again opens it up onto Magic. So she is on an absolute tear on Mirage.
Oh yeah, she's on fire right now. 6-0. Getting all the right angles, the right intel for her team. You saw as well, early on, not too sure what happened with Magic, just sitting inside the molly briefly. It's made Maddie's life a lot more easier. Maddie, the sneaky position, no one knows she's here. Hawks falls prey to her. Maddie, point blank though. Just runs into Matty, yes, running with the Deagle. Tries to go for more, does get shut down. Now Franj, by himself, over towards Firebox. Shots down range, the wall bang onto Aria. 2v2 off of an eco, this is criminal. HeatZone, they're really striking back, and now Magnum, he's picked up an orbital gun, and he gets caught with his pants down! He's not punished! Loaf, you gotta do something! Now Loaf just biding her time. The flash, the smoke, the straight out, and Brush! Not like that, one dig through the smoke, and suddenly it's a 1v2 situation. Aries, you do go onto the A side, but look at where HeatZone's going, they're just hightailing over towards B. Oh,
Aries has the kit. Won't be able to get there in time unless they knife out all the way through, but of course they don't know where the second player is. It is the Apes together, strong stratagem coming in, and they will keep the player the peak. Magnum gets the favorable time, well, already there set up really, so Aries goes down, and a round that probably should have been closed out from 8Ballers does go the way of HeatZone, so they managed to claw one back. An unexpected win, and you can see again, the CT economy, it's just a case of having to buy up all those nades, having to buy the kits, the full armors. It's incredibly expensive.
Hey, 2.9k M4 and it's $200. That could have been an extra flash or smoke, potentially. And Chicken Loaf, you know, she was a hero of that previous round that we talked about. But in that round there, she's caught. Who was it? Magnum with his pants down. Just wide swing. Artemis. Oh, couldn't see anything from beyond the smoke. Flash takes her head clean off, and then Matthias, the criminal, the Stewie, executes Maddie from behind. Oh, man. You know what? I'm starting to feel a bit of deja vu right now. These individual plays going down one by one by 8Ballers.
Just getting picked off one by one, and you can see now on the map, they're spread thin. It is going to be Aria to try and be the hero, but I feel like a little bit too much to do. This Magic wheels out from heaven and just takes him out. So Chicken Loaf now trying to do any sort of economical damage. Here's the elephant stomping around. Might get sprayed through the smoke, doesn't.
She found gold last time with the MP9 and angles up in the
I'll find one here.
Situation. Nah, oh, good little bit of damage though, but couldn't quite do a good job. And HeatZone, they're clawing back that difference.
Certainly are. And because it wasn't the full eco, because there was a bit of a force buy going into that, it is going to...
Oh, yeah.
Again, put the 8Baller side onto the hard eco. So, see what they have to try and work with now. If they stack a side, or if they do try and spread a little bit. It looks like it'll be a 4-1 split. See if there's going to be any aggression up that A main. Oh, first player spotted and taken out clean.
God damn, the body didn't even hit the floor. And Hawks was already out of there. Nice flash, and they're just running it down. But look who's over towards Palace. They're hearing so much right now. And there's the calls, and no one's coming. Oh, that found gold with the dunk. Magic could be in for a bit of a farm here. One onto Artemis. He does get a dink in return, though. 19 HP. And there's an AK potentially free for the take inside Palace. At this point, I think 8Ballers just collapse upon Magic. Get that gun out of his hands.
Yeah, you can see there's 2 up mid, so 8Ballers won't be able to try and find the player advantage towards that. And Aria takes 1 tick of molly, and that's going to be enough to signal Matty S to swing around. And it's again through a smoke, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Trying to find the little dink shots. Gets the toes as well. Matty S got the steel caps on, gets out of dodge, and chicken loaf on the prowl.
Magic, Sixth Sense, spins right around, eviscerates her.
Rusty gate. Aries can't manage to find any sort of exit, so it is going to be the 5 rifles, well, 4 rifles and an saved over from the side of HeatZone. And again, 3-3. We saw this on the first map. From here, HeatZone practically 1 out the half, so yeah, it's going to be a tough task for 8Ballers to shake the monkey off the back for that one. Have to look past and try to get to that 4th this round. Build on that.
It's also a matter of HeatZone. They win these rounds out really cleanly. They don't really have to reinvest much util, maybe some armor at the most, and it just helps them build up their economy so heavily. But 8Ballers, we've yet to see that, you know, at least in this map, to say the least. And they're on a tough spot. Like you said, must-win round. If they lose it, their economy is going to be in the gutters again. Similar situation. Last time they were heavily punished. Maddie through the smoke. Great crosshair placement. Nice snip pick onto Magnum. That's what they needed. Aries gets a second. Okay, that's value for money. Manny, sure, you get the trade back, but still, Magnum heavily favors 8Ballers right now with Artemis getting yet another. Oh my god.
They needed that, and then, yep, Magic caught with, well, their pants down up on that balcony area, so Hawk left with it all to do, and they needed this round so badly, did 8Ballers, just to get back into the swing of things. Can't go 4 unanswered. Hawk tears through the smoke. The LaFerrari peak. Hawk gets the first, the swing on the second, not managing to land the shot, but if they did, he would have woken up the neighbors.
Yeah, man thinks that he's a Munacy right there with that quick scoping. Not quite.
Yeah.
He tried his best, though. That was a valiant attempt, but AWP handed over towards the CTs. Artemis, the designated AWPer for 8Ballers. Now, I want to see where she posts up. Looking over towards mid, instant value. It's not something that they've done just yet, but I do feel that HeatZone, sorry. You'll see this coming, potentially. Yeah, there's a smoke.
Might, but Artemis is going to be in position quick. Grenade gets shown, the molly thrown out, so timing now, not managing to find it. Wildab just pushes down mid and manages to get caught in the middle of the street, but the 2-way trade works out. Up now will charge out through and try and find towards that stairs region, and the A side has given up. This is going to be an impossible task to hold for here for Aries.
Aria, she knows very little bit. All she knows is they're on site. He randomly heats a nade out, trying to go for some good damage, but that one she ate to the face. Down to 24 now, bounced in front of her. 5v3 post plant. The CTs. This is a monumental effort if they want to try and call this back. There's the AWP, and there it goes. Artemis wants a dome. Loaf, you do trade back, but you know exactly where you are now, and Aria so low. Oh, what can you even do at this point? He's getting blinded by flash after flash after flash. Massey playing outside the smoke. Okay, gets executed. It's a beautiful play. And Aria, she's deep on sight. Jump peek. Nah, Frash saw it coming, gets punished her. And Frash, what an absolute legend. Finishes the round for HeatZone. 4-4.
Well, I'm not even going to bother trying to work his name around, so it is just going to be far lap for me for the rest of the map.
Far lap. All right.
He can cop it. 4-4. Again, that just favors the T side. They managed to clean it out and still keep some rifles on the board. The retake was looking a little bit on when the old Chicken Loaf was in the connector tearing it up. Gets a 2-piece, but from there wasn't really much to write home about. The flash off the wall to pick into mid, where there's been a lot of action going through, a lot of action through smokes as well. 8Ballers have had the best of it, you'd say, through the smokes in mid, but doubling up the pistols rings a bell, but not able to convert the kill out.
No, map 1, Matty S, he was the one who's really on fire. Now, for this game, it seems like Magic, he's the one who's really landing these nutty, sharp shots. Matty missed a shot, he's made up a position known.
Can't pull it.
Oh, Chicken Loaf, great damage onto Maddie S. From down within the red HP zone. And Artemis trying her best. Yeah, Hawk is going to get that any day. Magic wants it ahead. Magnum as well. Oh my lordy. All down to the Loaf. 1v5. Will it be flawless or can she get some damage done? Around the corner, there's a gun barrel pointing at her head. What damage? Magic got 1! How does this man survive?
I don't know. It's not fair, is it? He's got 10 grand. Just go down.
Wizardry, I tell you.
Yeah, well, you'd hope so, given the namesake. Be awfully concerned if he was relying on science.
What?
Well, you know, magic and science, they're the two conflicting things.
Oh yeah, what's the thing about, like, if technology is so far advanced, it's indistinguishable from magic? Something? Who said that? Einstein?
Ah. God, I don't know. Sounds a bit too intelligent for my liking.
Now, it's good to see that HeatZone is starting to really adapt to 8Ballers and their aggression over towards mid. This round, though, it's a bit different.
This is the first time they've really showed this pace onto the B side as well, so Matty getting real deep up in the apps there.
So is Aria. Good intel.
Yeah, but not sure if they know Matty's here. Matty's taken a few ticks of the molly, so...
They hear it, that's the thing.
Not too sure. Loaf at the back of sight. Being chillin'. Holding the angle, but won't expect the player walking out. Matty does spot at the barrel.
Yo! Sharp by Loaf, and Smoke to come out to buy some more time for her. She needs backup ASAP. The mulling, the flash is soon to come. And she can just play for her life right now. Aria runs down, man, doesn't look up short. Flash gets an easy kill. Aries does break back, and the firing bullets down range. Hawk on 17 HP with the AWP, can't quite get it done. Carrying the bomb as well. He's fighting for dear life. Finally, he does go down. It's all down to Fash. 1v4. He's got some nasty stuff in the past before. That's a nice one. But however, the doors will slam shut in his face. 8Balls nipping at the heels of HeatZone. Neck and neck.
5 apiece. Big Loaf fan. Big Loaf fan.
Massive.
Holding it down on the B site. Doesn't expect the first player, Matty, to be so far up that they've already crossed through the angle, but still manages to find a flick on top of the van.
Mm-hmm.
Gets the second as well in the round, so Chicken Loaf holding it down. Representing on the B side.
The only thing right now is that 8Balls, they've won the round. Yes, very great, but they just need to build up some momentum and chain a few rounds together back to back just to break the economy, really, of HeatZone, because a few of those players are still balling in mad cash.
Wow. I think the Loaf is going to get deep up in there again, but will actually get caught with a flash out and taken down as Matty is claimed and asserted dominance into that B apartments area. Molly from Aries will slow things down, but there isn't really much aggression going on. They've kind of just spread the map on the side of HeatZone, looking for those pick-offs. They've given themselves a lot of options now, and find out another few jewels as Matty tries to get the tags through, and Magnum will go down, which will signal maybe we'll end up on B.
How does Maddie even survive at that point? Magic was shooting at her, I swear to God. But Aries, what do you see? You spot out one, Maddie escapes. And they know he's on site now, and Aries just don't get too greedy here because Flash was there to punish. However, Maddie, the hero of this game. Artemis backside has the AWP, and Massey just trying
Maddie
to
can find the 1v1s here if the timing...
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Maddie was still stuck at the top of mid, couldn't get through very quick or quick enough, so timing would have favoured if he could find the player at the back of sight and isolate that duel fast enough, but Artemis was quick enough on the trigger to swing out and shut it down, and now we see 8Ballers getting up to 6, so wrestling back the advantage, but they really need to start stringing a few together more. That's 2. They need to start damaging the economy of HeatZone. They've still got a buyer here, HeatZone. But if they drop this one, it might be a bit dicey dungeons.
Yeah, the thing about building up that initial stack of rounds is even if you do lose a few, there's their last bonus. So you're not too bad off. Now, I like this aggression going over towards A Main from 8Ballers, and they're starting to really exploit it, unlike the thing, getting early intel. Although they do run back.
They fall off in a big way too. Yeah. So the nades have been spotted coming from underpass. Matty S is boosted up all the way into the window too, so a lot of mid pressure now coming out from the side of HeatZone. Looks to be hints are coming through. Artemis could be in for a big round here. The power position from Artemis. This is the first. We'll get a second opportunity. Oh, we'll get the second as well. Third shot, third time the charm. Magic not being covered as the nade was in the hands from Maddie. Now she's in a world of hurt. She actually gets mollied off by a teammate.
Oh dear.
Come undone.
Oh no, Ben. That's just a series of unfortunate events. That molly basically nailed the coffin. Loaf just trying to do what she can. And honestly, I think that round, 8Ballers, they had a pretty good grasp of the situation. But then also those early shots coming from Artemis, you know, they were missed. Sure, she got one, but however, no one was covering her palace, which we know at this point, Magic, he plays that angle almost every single time. He doesn't go anywhere else. The king of palace, and he always comes out golden.
Certainly has been getting value for money up there. But yeah, it was just the unfortunate timing of the player covering the palace was trying to flash Artemis back off the first pin. And at the same time, Magic pushes out and manages to find them first. But this will be aggressive and net. And all of a sudden, 4 players on the side of 8Ballers are dead. Make it 5. 2 players caught in Palace by Magic, so up to 13 for him.
God damn. You blink and that round's already over. Kind of deja vu, don't you think? Over towards Inferno. Some of these
It can be a bit like that. With the blink and you miss it type situations, especially in life at the moment. It does go rather quickly.
Oh my lord, even. These bastards will tell you. But regardless, 8Ballers, what are they trying to do? There's mid-aggression. I think they've tried and tested in the past. It's worked out. Great flash. Ares doesn't quite manage to finish the deal. Bosh gets too sharp on the trigger. Oh, okay. All right. The smoke blind picks up one. And Maddie S. Okay, catches Maddie hopping around. Maddie S for a second. No trace coming through just yet. Leave in the open. Does get the shot down. Leave trying to fire bullets down range. Needing to try to get something. Can't get it done though. But hey, look, it's good damage. They killed 2 players. They tried their best. It's an eco round. You can't. The odds aren't quite stacked. The odds are very stacked against them. It's not like Valorant, in which, you know, you have a free gun, the classic, and you just right-click someone's head. Easy peasy.
Yeah, Glock ain't too great on that neither. Well, the USPS can be okay, but you do require that 2 shots. And generally, if you're versus the rifles, you don't have armor if you've got the USPS, so you just kind of hit the skybox as soon as the aim punch comes in. If you even survive that long, usually it's. Well, for me anyway, it's 1 tap to the domicile and down I go. Free throw the spray through the smoke. Pash doesn't manage to land it this time. But might get flashed through here. It gets flashed, but wears it to the dome as well, actually.
Oh, what the fuck? Maddie found something there. But these bullets, these sprays, point blank. Okay, what just happened there? I think the flash hit someone. Ares and Maddie through the smoke to pick up 2. And now, HeatZone trying to execute over towards the A side. Maddie has a flash. That was a perfect time. I think it's a T-flash as well, to say the least. And Artemis picks up 2 before she burns alive. And now Magic, well, by himself. The bomb is down within arm's reach. Not quite going for it just yet. Maddie, flash, ready. YOLO, on the right throw. Misses. Magic punishes. Magic for a second. Magic, don't do this! Oh, Loaf. Okay, does get the kill.
Let go.
This is as close as it gets.
It is as close as it gets. 8-7.5, and that's fantastic work from 8Ballers to wriggle that one back. They were forced onto a few too many ecos, but they managed to get some decent value out of it, which was the difference. On Inferno, they didn't get any value out of those ecos, so they managed to get some kills up on the board, which built their own economy, so they were able to buy in a little bit better. It was a good half. All things considered, we'll have to see what strategies they have on their T side, because that's kind of where the strategies do come into play a little bit more. The CT side, it kind of plays out itself because you have to react a lot, whereas the T side, you are kind of setting the pace, so you get to enact some of those strategies a little bit more.
I really think that after map 1, 8Ballers, they kind of found the groove a little bit more. Either map 1 was a bit cold, some of those players, you know, the teamwork wasn't maybe there, the comms cold as well. It's a thing, it happens. But however, after a bit of a reset, maybe had a chat with their coach or their therapist or something, they managed to come back a lot stronger in map 2. So far going neck and neck with HeatZone, and like you said, it really comes down to the side switch, how they approach the T side. Because from what we saw, right, HeatZone, initially they were caught off guard by some of the aggression plays coming out from 8Ballers, but however, towards the end of the half, you saw how well they were adapting, especially over towards the mid-aggression. And then 8Ballers, they were playing similar angles, but they started to have to, you know, play a little bit much more defensively. They still found great picks though, so it works out in their favor, but it's just great adaptation once again coming up HeatZone.
Yeah, fantastic adaptation out of HeatZone. They had a heavy tendency towards mid, so I'll have to see if 8Ballers mimic that. Looks like it will be an A execute to come through, just throwing the utility out now and spewing outside of that A main. Maddie, the entry frag going forth, but again, met with big time aggression. Magic under Palace getting, well,
Hang on. That's
a lot
the
of audio
problem
cues,
as
but not a lot of
well.
game.
What is going on? This is going 1-for-1. And Magic gets the easiest kill of his life. The Jewel is going to town. Chitty chitty bang bang. It's the Wild West. He cleans up.
Yeah, that knocks him up to 20 frags for the map so far as well. So big impact from Magic on Mirage. Coming into his own. Of course, Maddie and Chicken Loaf, the top fraggers on the side of 8Ballers. And it looks like 8Ballers will go for a bit of a forced into this. So they're really trying to get some of this damage done, maybe sneak around back in it. But it is going to be 4 rifles on the side of...
Well, hang on. That's actually pretty healthy damage early on to Hawks and Maddie. Might have to rely once again on Magic. The biggest gun amongst them. Maddie, you're joking. That's a long range shot to the thigh to finish off Maddie.
That's that Galil tag coming in, and the
Magnum!
nade at the time, Magnum!
No punish. Oh dear. Okay, and now HeatZone starting to strike back. They're starting to rack up these kills one after the other. Aria, you got the tech 9, but at that range, you know, yeah, it's a bit of a pea shooter. Really, all eyes on Ares, who's carrying the bomb as well, as they work over towards the B site, in which there's 2 CTs. Oh, maybe soon to be 1.
Yeah, to Aria's credit, did drop over the Galil to Ares, which had the high HP pool, and now with the player rotating out, I'm not sure if they'll check this corner. Doesn't.
Oh,
it's a little bit of a jump scare there, and that's a Galil handed over too, actually.
Aria having to do almost the impossible. Donut spots it out for Farge, but the other side of the swing. Good dink. Great attempt. But look, they still fall.
Well, hang on. What on earth is that? What's your purpose?
A brazier. Have you seen them?
A brazier?
A brazier.
Are we playing Dark Souls or something?
No, God of War. A torch is made of wood. A brazier is made of metal and stone.
Yeah, there we go. Huh? Flexing the brain again, are we? Hey?
Well, hey, look, I don't pound my liver nearly as hard as you do, so I still have some brain cells left over.
Yeah, no. A few dusty Saturday nights really set the brain back.
Alright, this round though. Walls are falling out of heaven, and it goes just about as well as you expected. Matsy and Magic kind of shutting it down. Aria, you do get one back though, but it's just all about getting the bomb planted. Aria, 1 HP. How's he still alive at this point? Jumps out into the open, trying her best in the air, and falls flat on her face.
Happens to the best of us, though.
Yes.
HeatZone now working their way up to 11, so managed to survive the anti-ecos and eco rounds, building up a little bit of a bank too as well. You can see Magic is really the only player that's suffering in terms of money, but they'll be able to be dropped over easy peasy. Hawk watching the fast A main play. 5 launch those. Maddie S is sent down towards the underpass, playing deep in the smoke. And hasn't made there with Magic, but again, the mid presence hasn't come out early enough to catch this off guard.
Hang on, Aria has to get some value here, and Matty already lying in wait. Oh, look, the girls of 8Ballers, they did not expect this at all. That's mid-aggression from HeatZone, and they have planned that out to perfection. The comms as well. Ares, you do get one frag back onto Hawks. That's the AWP down over towards the A site. But there's a bomb up over towards T-spawn, as 8Ballers just trying to piece together the puzzle, figure out which site to hit.
Yeah, Hawks is having a rough one, but lucky enough, Magic's managed to pull the weight of many men. Hawks will be looking to get back into the game and next round and start to have that big impact there.
I mean, may pay off here, but Matty does not let these go unchecked, and he doesn't even react. Matty, entry fragger, what a star for 8Ballers. Smoke, and Ares onto Magic. That's beautiful. A site right for the taking. Bomb making his way steadily over. And now HeatZone, they had a grasp of this round, but they've lost it all.
Magnum's in a powerful
I think
position,
got spotted as well. Did he? No, he didn't.
No, Magnum's worked the way out of the short smoke and might find a timing. Managed to dodge the vision actually of Maddie as she swings around, but
did she? Did he?
Yeah, perfect timing. 2 ships in the night type beat. File up. Absolutely dunked on.
Oh, and there's Magnum stomping around after getting killed into Maddie. Low from one angle, Ares from another, and the FAMAS, you can't really wait in this situation. He's trying his best though. Ares will finish the job. Okay,
Yeah.
8Ballers. Expensive round. Bomb planted. You do win it. Let's see a few more.
You felt like that FAMAS spray took one bullet too long. You could feel him wanting to reset that spray pan when they couldn't get the kill that fast. So once the first 5 go out, you really are crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. A few grenades being dropped around, shared around. Right, Operator Hawks, let's see what you've got. No armor. There it is. Back into it.
To be fair, it looked like on our screen there that Artemis was still behind the wall. I don't know. OTV bug, maybe.
Oh, some decent nade damage going out.
Magnum, though, smoked off, going to rotate over. And Massey, the smoke demon, spots out one! Maddie goes down. No punish just yet. Oh, Massey, this guy's so sharp. Aria. You blink, and she's already fallen. 8Ballers down to the last 2. 2v5. The Herculean effort, I tell you, Ben. Alright, even more so now.
That's it, isn't it? See Loaf. Putting on a clinic on the B site for the CTs, but on the first. Here's the second as well and tries to find the timing on the peak, but doesn't quite get there.
Magnum stole the AWP as well. 2 AWPs on deck now for HeatZone. And Love, just too many angles to check. He just gets surrounded. Oh dear, that round just kind of got from bad to worse.
Certainly did. Hawk gets the first duel onto Artemis to open up the round. That kind of sets the tone, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not good.
Gets traded out by nade damage, but not killed. So can reset, and then all of a sudden you don't know where the AWP is because, you know, 6 seconds later it could be anywhere on the map. Hawks would go for that fast mid peak once more, but we'll find no one this time as the girls from 8Ballers might try some sort of execute onto the A site as all 5 are looking. Ari's already got the smoke lineups. Here they go.
I think here Magnum as well throwing that smoke from Hell. Well, they're trying to figure out just exactly where he is. Maddie, great start with the dig. Maddie trades back though, but it's okay because it was only a pistol that was taken out of the hands of 8Ballers. 8 start still heavily on the siege. Bomb to go down fast. 8Ballers, this is the best round yet.
And nothing fancy, just play the numbers, play the trades, play the post plan. Oh, that was a fancy peek. Chicken loaf. Getting real funky.
Hey, look, she has a dig just looking to do damage at this point.
Oh,
8Ballers, time ticking away. Half gone. Loaf gets flushed out. And there you go, the first frag. Artemis does get one again, though. It's down to the 2 AWPs for HeatZone. And now it's all down to Magic. Has to get it done and cannot even scope in. Aria and Aries, the duo, they finished that round. That was a clean strat coming out of 8Ballers.
Yeah, much better. You can see they're just playing the numbers, playing the trades, playing off contact. Yeah, instead of trying to find an opening and work their way through, it was just a case of play contact, play trades, and then play post plant, and it really worked out. Keep it simple. Nothing more than that. Now they have an opportunity to go up to 10 with HeatZone on the eco. And it's a hard eco too, so they're really not too concerned about giving this one up. Just try and do some damage if they can, stack it up. You can see all 3 holding hands in that A main area.
Conga line. I mean, this is good intel, but at the same time, the bomb is being left in a bit of a precarious position next to the Abrasia. Loaf will run away, and 8Ballers, they okay, I'm not gonna say they're overcomplicating this a little bit. They don't have perfect info like we do, but they're just being extra cautious right now of HeatZone. Look at the CTs, they're still holding hands inside T spawn. Oh man.
Oh.
Magnum, the
Glad
USP.
Artemis isn't going first.
They check it.
Yeah, that's good discipline there from Loaf to go first, and Artemis not to peek through. Now Artemis will be on the heat. Yep, here's the plays come through. Gets the first, but the second one is a bit difficult, but actually pulls out the blocky. Gets the 2 others as well, so 3 for Artemis. And the conga line didn't really come into fruition, although they found the right player. They found the AWPer, which is probably who they wanted to find, but Artemis is just a little bit too sharp, a little bit too good, too clean with it.
God damn. I mean, the first shot guaranteed, but I was honestly expecting it to go down after the that first. And the AWP, you know, right for the taking with HeatZone, but pulls out the Glock and just collapsed the last 2 players. Well done. Now, 8Ballers, double digits. They're starting to join the ranks of HeatZone now. Flash, Massey, yes, playing inside the smoke, but just falls back just a little bit. And 8Ballers, they give them mid. They just want to play this defensively. Don't want to fall into the trap of any sorts. Maddie, still really eager to go for a few kills here. The aggression, as we know it from her. The smoke, deep, knows Maddie S is close.
Yeah, they do give up mid eventually on the side of HeatZone, knowing that they'll give up a little bit too much on the site. Chicken Loaf has gotten into a decent position, but Hawks is not very vulnerable from that area. Looks like they will be an A pinch to go through, but...
Where the hell is Chickens is a crosshair? You don't need it.
The sticky tape on the monitor.
Maybe that. Aria, great frag back. Magic, though, does get the second. Chicken Loaf strikes. That's beautiful. There's the one more on site, though. And Matthias, a long distance of the Bamaz, comes out on top. HeatZone, man advantage. There's now Artemis trying to bring things back. The bomb making its way over towards the A site. Bit of a scenic view. Type beat right there. Matthias, wings and Aries. Survives by the next skin of its teeth. And Frash, surprisingly, is the hero of the round for HeatZone. Cleans it up.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate for 8Ballers. They're just unable to get the right positioning, I guess. It's kind of like telegraphed that that's going to where it's going to end up. So all three players are in position ready to receive and ready to answer the call when needed. And round gets shut down 10-13. And 8Ballers need this one desperately to not only get the 11th, but swing the economy back in their direction.
Oh, yeah.
They can still inflict some heavy damage here. Not anymore though for Aria, as Hawks manages to find the second first pick through the window of the half.
Blinded, smoked. I don't even know. Aria's just dead, girl. And Maddie, look, the aggression's good, but really it's worked out the best when she's set up by her teammates with the flashes and smokes and whatnot. When she goes off walkabout by herself, more often than not, she tends to get punished. Now HeatZone, 2v3 and Frash. This is a sneaky angle.
Oh, they're not going to check this. Shooting through the top though.
Oh, here's what we get much value. I spent one player's already on the side. And oh, that's a beautiful flash. Hawks and Frash, they just lock it down. Magnum as well. They didn't really know he was under their noses. And HeatZone 14-10. They're starting to build up momentum yet again, Ben. Securing economy this late into the game. 8Ballers. The room for error is really, really starting to close.
Yeah, the wind out of the sails of 8Ballers means that they're kind of just drifting through the back end of this half and the back end of the game, so hasn't been a lot to get cheery about, but each round presents its own unique opportunity as Aria and the girls will send it down, try and find some sort of jewel so they can get the first pick, and yet there it is. All of a sudden a missed shot comes out, and that's an AWP managed to be reclaimed, but they're going for the boost. This is a perfect position for Matty S, as he's going to run away though, because doesn't want to get pinched out. Oh, this is all for that spray actually, so that's...
Oh, hey, look, it's good damage. AWP's still in the hands of Aria and Chicken Loaf as well with the AK. I mean, it's actually doable now at this point. The only issue is they don't have much armor, so they need that instant headshot and, you know, sneaky plays ideally. But really, Aria, eyes on her. Glass cannon, right. She gets one that's instant value, but Magnum as well. Oh dear, Chicken Loaf.
They didn't hear him, so he's just going to sit in the smoke.
They heard him now. He fluffed it! He fluffed it! And Loaf with the punish!
Oh, we see Magic all the way deep up onto that A main, so this is actually going to be a really difficult round for 8Ballers. They have to go B. If they go A, they're done for. Looks like that's what they're reading.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's going to be Fast just leaning towards A as well, so they're really banking on A being the play.
Wow, they've misread this immensely. The worst thing that can happen now is Chicken Loaf goes through mid with the bomb over towards A. Not going to happen though. Now, Ben, it really comes down to talk of post-plant. What exactly did they do? No util. They kind of have to take these duels, I suppose, and HeatZone. 3 flashes on deck, and armor, and diffuser.
If they manage to get a player up into the apps area, which it looks like they're trying to put that AWP up there, this is going to be a really difficult round for HeatZone to come back into.
Aria has to find this first frag. They need the advantage right now. The last 2 CTs rejoin each other. Loaf, you're playing so close. Aria spots them out. It's the flash. Loaf, what do you do? Aria's gone. Loaf, 1v1 spots at the gunshots of Farsh. Around the corner. Farsh One flash in his hands. Oh, swings it low.
Low
The
poke.
2K to clutch it out. Oh, she secures the round, and that's a lifeline for 8Ballers.
Chicken loaf the goat. Glock. They lost to Glocks.
They'll never live that down.
Oh, it's a horrible one to lose as well because the loss bonus was so big from 8Ballers that they have a decent bank on the side as well to go through. So even if they HeatZone manage to pick up the 15th, it's going to be still versing something. And if HeatZone go down in this round, then all of a sudden 8Ballers have a decent chance to get to 13, and suddenly nerves start to kick in. Momentum on the side of the 8Ballers side now, with an opportunity to come into this pretty big time.
I don't know about this mid aggression though, because last time, whoever that is, Matty S over towards the stairs, he's just been going on a bit of a farm. They kind of really need Util to flush him out of the corner, otherwise I think Matty S is always good for a few here. And this crossfire even. Magnum spots out at least one, and Matty takes the bait, swings. Matty's already lying there in wait. The flash, it's good. Magnum, don't you dare run in right now. They have the pants down, and Matty, what a flick reaction time. Frosh, Magic, they managed to get a few frags back, and Magic not long for the swirl, but he does take one down before he falls. Now Frosh long distance trying to get a few bullets sprayed through. The wall bang, not quite there. Hawks point blank, kind of what the orb. Bit of an ambitious task. See how well he goes. Lifts the shot, and Artemis will punish. Farsh, what can you pull out of your hat this time?
The discipline goes for the wallbang. The low percentage play goes for the wallbang and swings out. Unlucky for the side of Hawks or for Hawks, but oh, there's a snake in that boot. This is the round that 8Ballers really wanted. Well, of course, every round from now on they really want. So, bit of a stupid thing to say, but those contact plays on A have been really working out for them as well, so I'd like to see a little bit more of that. A little bit less thinking. Well, so I probably just lagged out a little bit there, but a little bit less thinking, a little bit more contact.
Amen.
Inside 8Ballers.
This is really their room to tie it out and potentially steal a lead. This round, though, you know, for HeatZone, it's going to have to be a stiff eco. Only Farsh with a single rifle, half armor even. I mean, well, it's fine because you're CT, but all eyes on him to try and get some early damage and the kills done. However, so going over towards mid, and it seems like 8Ballers, they're going to be pushing the angle. Farsh, this is a one-man adventurous journey. Everyone's playing anti-flash. There's a line of ducks following him, and Farsh is blinded. There's the mode down. Have a magic. The 2-tap to the head takes down Matty. That's an AK and an M4 in the hands now of HeatZone. Going onto a site right now, get the bomb down. But how about this Aria from under towards, what is that? A tunnel, whatever it's even called. Picks up 3 for herself. That's value.
Yeah, Aria really needed to get that, because if it was just a 1-for-1 trade, then all of a sudden it's a bit more nerve-wracking. Of course, weaponry does favour the side of 8Ballers pretty heavily, and they'll manage to clean out the round, and that's clean enough. You take that. If you handed that at the start of the round, they'd take it every day of the week. So, 13-14.
Now, bear in mind, this buy with the money that HeatZone has, yes, it's a buy. It's definitely not perfect, though. Bamas on 1, limited util as well.
CT said money spreads really. It's so easy to spend money on CT with the kits and the incendiaries being a little bit more expensive.
A tactical time right now coming out from 8Ballers. Not too sure what he calls right now. Just trying to maybe calm it down, discuss the play, because they've really made up for a lost ground with a 1 of tying it up, and this could be their chance to steal away map 2. They need to call and execute. They need to probably realize what works against HeatZone. And honestly, Ben, we've seen it. It's these fast site takes, mainly over towards A. B, kinda, a bit more slow. But A is run onto the site, pick up the frags, and just cover each other's backs post-plant.
Yeah, they've had some fantastic contact plays on A, but it's when they've started the round in mid and started to look to try and work through mid. It's when they've run into a little bit of resistance, but it looks like that A play might be set up again once more. They will send Ares into mid to try and shut down any aggression there. You can see just throwing the util out, trying to slow them down, because if HeatZone take mid early, it really reduces the potency of this A contact play. And Matty going fast again will spot the player first in sight. Probably a little bit of a bum bag spot there. That's why the molly comes out, but it is going to be Magic finding the first and the second too. Magic stepping up in a big way.
Absolutely enormous. unpunished even. They just spent a little bit too long. The smokes didn't arrive just yet to smoke off connector. And now Matty's picked up 2. Artemis 1v4 with the AWP. This is disaster. 8Ballers. They trying to go for the A side execute. And as I hate to say it, so they read it to perfection. Match point now. Matty is crab walking for the headshot. And that's an AWP handed over. Oh dear, Ben. That timeout. This is not what they expected as a result.
Yeah, so it goes about as worst or as poorly as it can go, unfortunately, for the side of 8Ballers. It was just a little bit of missed timing as well. Maddie gets through, finds a way through the traffic, sees the little bum bag of this player on site, on plant, but pulls the molly out at the same time that her teammate runs through A main, so can't get the trade really.
Yeah.
So it's just another unfortunate piece of timing, communication, whatever you want to call it. Maddie finding themselves in great positions, but just unfortunately not quite closing it out as the trade in mid goes. It's not going to be Hawks this time. It's going to be Magnum finding the first pick.
The main thing was, where were the smokes? Hey, they came late. Oh my goodness. Ari out trading bullets with Farsh. And Farsh, like a demon, just finds it through the smoke. This puts 8Ballers now in the really rough spot. They're down 2 players versus 5 still. Match point, series point. You can feel the pressure just building.
Series point, as you mentioned, 8Ballers will try and find something through the B apps. Hawks is in position to receive the first bonus. Way on site, boosted through, comes through. Loaf manages to trade, but again, the AWP hasn't been dealt with, so Hawks can just peek and re-peek and re-peek and re-peek.
Wait, Artemis, she's managed to sneak herself way onto the side, and that flash was perfect with the timing. Magnum with the final kill. GG's in the chat, and 16-13. Oh man.
Well, yeah, you got a feel for the side of 8Ballers, but they put up such a fantastic fight. When it was close there, it was 11-14 at one stage. They managed to get those 2 pivotal rounds, but unfortunately, after the timeout, it kind of took the momentum out of their side. Sometimes you can take those pauses to try and regather, think your way through the situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. It can't blame the pause. At the end of the day, players in the server got to do the job, but they had some great showings. They'll really take some solace in knowing that there was some things there that were working out, those contact plays, meaning that the trades were coming out. They are sharp, so they were showing it in the server as well. Maddie and Loaf were outstanding,
Yes.
but just not enough to get the W today.
Yeah, absolutely. I really think it came down to that round after the tactical timeout. They were talking about it, and you know, we kind of predicted it even. They were just going to go for that A site pound, the set execute. But it just, maybe just a little bit of miscommunication. The timings weren't quite there. We saw the Utes will come a little bit late, and by then, they just fumbled the ball a little bit. The rotation's already come over from the CT side, and that's when, who was it? Magic individually went massive, getting kills he shouldn't have, and living for longer than we expected. And that basically sealed the deal. From there on, it was just a bit of a downhill slope, but still, nonetheless, it's a good effort.
Yeah, it was a fantastic second map though. After the first map, it looked like 8Ballers were a little bit lost, a little bit out of sorts on Inferno, but they really managed to show up on Mirage and put up a good showing. Fantastic to see them in the tournament as well, playing in the ANZ Champs, and fantastic to see some of these teams really putting themselves up in lights. So it is going to be HeatZone to break the goose egg and get their first win.
Exactly. Currently, I think they're going 1-1, and 8Ballers FE 0-2, if memory serves me right. So I will have to update those graphics later. But ladies and gentlemen, well, hang on. Huge congrats as well to HeatZone. Very well played.
Yep.
Clean, strong performances coming out from Maddie S and Magic as well. Map 1 and Map 2 respectively. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for tonight from us. Digital Cast and Ben Lahane Smash Shouts covering some ANZ Main. We'll see you probably tomorrow or sometime next week for some more games in the future. And I guess that's it. Till then.